On today's menu, a delicious and easy recipe that's quite smashing. Crispy chili smashed potatoes. Preheat the oven to 400. These guys here are miniature potatoes. This is ideal for today's recipe because once we go to smash them and bake them, that skin is going to really crisp up, and that is why this is so addictive. In fact, when I go to the grocery store and get these potatoes, I try to look for the ones that are super mini so that they have more kind of a skin to potato ratio. Place 1.5 pounds of mini potatoes into a stock pot. Fill the pot with enough water to cover the potatoes. Cover the pot and bring to a boil. Boil the potatoes until fork tender. When the potatoes are fork tender, drain them out. Let the potatoes sit in the pot for a few minutes to eliminate a lot of the moisture. Transfer the potatoes to a baking tray. Use a cup to smash the potatoes. Careful not to smash the potatoes too much or else they will fall apart. Season the potatoes with salt, and fresh cracked pepper to taste. Right, so this is a smoky, bit of a spicy chili oil I made in the previous episode. It is just beautifully ruby red, and it's really easy to make at home. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check this out, make this really easily at home. Drizzle about 4 tablespoons worth of chili oil onto the potatoes. Be sure to take the time to spread out the oil evenly. This will ensure the potatoes to be crispy. Bake in the oven for 25 minutes. You can definitely enjoy these as is, but for today we're going to make a simple yet delicious spicy mayonnaise to dip them in. 1/4 cup plant-based mayo, 1 tablespoon sriracha, 1 tablespoon chili oil, ½ teaspoon toasted sesame oil. Mix to combine. Your delicious smoky and spicy mayonnaise should look nice and thick. After 25 minutes, broil the potatoes on low for an additional 2 to 3 minutes. Take a moment to admire those beautifully crispy potatoes. One stick of green onion, finely chopped. Sprinkle over the green onions. Two teaspoons white sesame seeds. Top with some chili threads to serve. You can now indulge in these ultimate savory potatoes with absolute confidence. This here is beautiful, amazing Japanese kombu, also known as the king of seaweed, because it's got this really robust, thick texture. You should be able to find this easily in a Asian supermarket or of course online as well. They naturally will add this kind of oceany, salty flavor. And you've probably seen me use these in previous episodes when I'm making ramen. I have about 7 grams of kombu that's been soaking in 1 cup of water here for a few hours. You can also soak this overnight as well, but be sure you don't throw out this amazing kombu because there's the most delicious kombu salad I made in a previous episode, which you can use this kombu in. I'll link that in the description box below for you to check it out. Remove and save the kombu for other recipes. Prepare a wet and dry mix station. 1/4 cup flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 cup kombu water. Whisk to combine. For the dry mix station, add 1/2 cup flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Mix to combine. Set aside the dry mix and wet mix stations. Drain out the water from a 400 ml can of hearts of palm. Carefully slice into pieces about 2 inches in length. Carefully press out the center cores. Use a fork to coat the hearts of palm in the wet mix. Transfer over and coat in the dry mix. This process will help to work in small batches. Set aside the coated hearts of palm. Repeat with the remaining hearts of palm, coating them in the wet mix, then in the dry mix. This looks amazing already. Now you can use the air fryer or the oven, perhaps at about 400 degrees, spray some oil on there. The only thing that you have to make sure is that inside the rings, have to make sure that the flour is coated with some oil so it'll actually cook. If you have a lot of mix left over, you can always make more. So this is a bit of a companion video found in our brand new 3rd cookbook, simply titled Young Man Cooking. To grab your digital or print copy, or to find out more information, take a sneak peek inside the book. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check that out. Now, as the book suggests, let's get cooking. Frying pan, 1.5 cups avocado oil. Medium heat. Give the oil a few minutes to heat up. When you see some bubbles moving around the bamboo chopstick, it's ready. Carefully place in the hearts of palm. In this episode, I'm cooking them in 2 batches. Let them fry for 3 to 5 minutes. Carefully flip the hearts of palm. Fry the other side for another 3 to 5 minutes. Carefully transfer them onto a plate lined with paper towel. Repeat with the remaining hearts of palm. Frying them in small batches will keep them from sticking and overcrowding. Transfer the rest of the pieces onto a plate with paper towel. You can strain out the oil to use at least one more time, but be sure the oil is completely cool. 1/4 cup strained tomatoes or tomato puree. 1 teaspoon Tabasco sauce or more if you like. Mix. Line a serving bowl with parchment paper. Plate. Freshly chopped dill and parsley. Add a couple of lemon wedges to serve. You can now serve up this incredible appetizer with absolute confidence. Preheat the oven to 375. These are dumpling wrappers, and I always have these on hand, not only because I absolutely love making dumplings, but these are more versatile than you can ever imagine. You can usually find these at an Asian grocery store. I actually found these ones at a big box store in the frozen section. They freeze really well, but once you open the package and you're not able to use all of it, I always put it in an airtight container, leave it in the fridge, and use it within maybe another week or two. Spread the dumpling wrappers onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Make sure there's enough room for all the wrappers to stay flat while baking. The recipe in this episode makes 12 pizza bites. Drizzle of olive oil. Use your hands to rub on the olive oil. Be sure to coat both sides of the dumpling wrappers. Season with some salt and fresh cracked pepper. The remaining dumpling wrappers can be stored in the fridge for other recipes for up to a few weeks. Chop about 60 grams of broccolini into small bite-sized pieces. One onion, thinly sliced. Quarter of a red bell pepper, thinly sliced. Now remember, the wrappers are actually quite small in diameter, so be sure to thinly slice these and chop the broccolini quite small. Bake the dumpling wrappers in the oven for about 15 minutes. Frying pan, medium heat, drizzle of olive oil, red onions, saute for 1 to 2 minutes. Broccolini. Saute for 2 to 3 minutes. red bell peppers, season with salt and pepper. Saute for 2 to 3 minutes. Set the veggies aside. Those look so angelic, I think I just heard angels singing. Allow the crispy dumpling wrappers to cool for a few minutes, then spoon over about a tablespoon of tomato sauce on each. Carefully spread out the tomato sauce. Sprinkle over some of your favorite shredded plant-based cheese. Assemble the pizzas with the sautéed veggies. Sprinkle over a little bit more cheese. Sprinkle of chili flakes. And of course, this wouldn't be Young Man Cooking complete without the use of some chili oil. This is the really delicious, smoky, not too spicy chili oil made in a previous episode, and I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check this out. Make this really easily at home. Spoon over some smoky chili oil. Broil in the oven on low for 2 to 4 minutes. Be sure to keep an eye on them so they don't burn. Top the pizzas with some fresh baby arugula. You can now serve this delicious appetizer with absolute confidence. Man, do these not look incredible or what? That is just exquisite. And I guarantee you, these are incredibly crispy. Wow, this is the perfect example of why I always say all those flavors, making friends in there is a party I definitely want to attend. Right from that initial bite, you get that delicious flavor from the smoky chili oil, and you get that kind of salty, that pepperiness from the chili flakes, the beautiful caramelized flavor from the red onions and that broccolini, and the red bell pepper adds a little bit of that sweetness. The arugula adds this level of freshness as well as this peppery flavor, and that little bit of tomato sauce just brings it all together with that extra bit of sweetness as well. But what I think really brings everything together, kind of like that hero at the party, is that incredibly crispy dumpling wrapper that we just baked. It's incredibly resilient to the liquid from the tomato sauce as well. You would think that it would go soggy right away, and giving it a few minutes to broil on low in the oven also further crisps up the edges of the dumpling wrapper. This is definitely one of those visually stunning dishes that's fun to make, fun to eat, full of flavor, full of crispy goodness, and it's definitely a show-stopping appetizer at your next dinner party. This is one of those dishes that's just the reason of why it's so exciting to cook at home. It really turns your home kitchen into an amazing restaurant. And if you love easy and delicious recipes like me, then definitely check out the ramen cookbook, the Cook with Confidence cookbook, the Young Man Cooking merch, as well as the plant-based sushi masterclass. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check out all those things. And as always, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss a single episode.